Greetings all, Vanny here for Cancer's Daily Oracle Message. Cancer, hope you guys are having a good day. The first two cards that came out for you is Golden Palace and Bone Collector. There's a lot of high chakra energy I feel coming from this, because a Golden Palace is how some people describe what their higher self look like. Now, depending on who you are, it's a little garish for me. My higher self place is a woodland. But just the point of this is somewhere where you are not only safe and protected, but encouraged to learn and evolve. And I think that's partly why the Bone Collector here, because the Bone Collector is a master of divination and self-healing. They're often shamans of their own tribe or people, or maybe just themselves. Someone who has healed themselves so much they can share what they have learned about it with others to aid them in their own journey. So you have a sun energy and a moon energy with this as well. So that is a balancing of the ego, the conscious self, and the unconscious self, which is amazing to see, Cancer, because so many people struggle with that their entire lives without even knowing that they're fighting themselves. So this shows a great sense of awareness in you, my love. Hey. You have Sad Embrace and Moonlight in reverse. One thing to know about the Moonlight card is very similar to the Sad Embrace. It's someone looking down. I'm sorry to go quiet, love, but it's just very interesting imagery that this is having. Hello. Okay, you wanted to join. The Talisman card also wanted to join. Oh, very interesting. So these two cards both have a lot of blue orientation, and that is what she is holding here, is a blue orb. Almost like you were feeling trapped. That would make a lot of sense. That's why the Moonlight is in reverse. Is you were feeling trapped in your own sadness, in your own emotions, or in a place that made you very sad. And that's why the Golden Palace is here, because it is a sign that you have escaped that. I want you to understand that similarly with Talisman cards, physical things are just physical things. Yes, some may have sentimental values, but there are things that can be replaced. And nothing physical is worth getting hurt over or hurting someone for. It's one thing that I never understood when the grieving process happens, is how everyone in my family would fight for the things. That's a lot of cards that came out, so I'm not gonna be able to take any of those. Wherever it is you're going, Cancer, whatever your path is leading you towards, don't be afraid to leave behind the things that you have had now, because there will always be room for more things coming in. Don't let your doubt, fear, or what other people say you can or cannot do get in the way of what your mission is, because your mission is yours and yours alone, Cancer. It's something that came here to be done by you, and it can't be done by someone else, because they did not walk the path that you have walked. They have not seen the things that you've seen, and they have not learned what you have learned. That's why each of our experiences, each of our journeys, the choices that we make is important, is unique. And that's why it's not like anyone else's. And that's why we're not like anyone else. Each individual one of us is a beautiful sense of accomplishment and individuality and authenticity and your special shade of weird. It may seem impossible to climb the mountain. It may seem impossible to dig yourself out of this depression, out of this anxiety, because it does feel very depressive. It feels very heavy. So if you've been feeling that, if you've been fighting that, thank you for still being here, because you are a gift and you have something to do. You have something to see. You have something to build, my love. So thank you for still being here. Thank you for still being here fighting with us. Because you're someone who's needed. There are storms that you have weathered. Because see, in the Moonlight card, there's a storm in that planet. She's not even looking up, seeing the storm that's going on around her, because she's wallowing in her own sadness, in her own lack. But it's all trapped in the material right there. It's all trapped in the object. And your world, your power, and your worth is so much more than the self-limiting belief. You have the sacred pool here. Drinking from sacred waters, filling your cup up first, taking care of yourself first before you take care of anyone else. Because if people are draining you, if people are pulling you out of your own dream, out of your own plan, being these manipulative goblins trying to steer you off of your path because they think they know what's best for you, or they don't want to see you thrive because that pulls you out of their control. Be okay with being alone if you need to be. Be okay with being uncomfortable, because life is going to get uncomfortable, Cancer. But there is something for you to see. There is something for you to build and something for you to become. It's all in the choices that you make, love. And wherever your heart is leading you, it will never be wrong, and it will never sound like anxiety. So if you are having fear about a certain thing, I want you to do some quiet meditation and find the root of that, because fear about change is perfectly understandable. It's something that I'm very familiar with myself. But the fear of evolving, the fear of becoming something new, is rooted in an ego that does not want to lose its control because it had to fight so hard to get it. But you will never lose your control. You're simply going to evolve into the next form, the higher form, the stronger form, the wiser form. And it will never be your last. So always allow yourself to grow, Cancer. Always allow yourself to develop and become the next most amazing version of who you already are. Have a beautiful day, Cancer.